Today, Frontier announced some details on what we can expect throughout 2022 for Elite Dangerous. This includes detailing the process for console save transfers to PC, updates 12, 13 and 14, as well as an overhaul of key game mechanics in 2023. Okay, so console transfers. The way this will work is that Xbox and PlayStation players will be able to transfer their save profile across to PC. Now, if you don't have a copy of Horizons on PC, Frontier will give you one for free during the transfer process. Now, this transfer process is time limited and also optional, so it won't happen automatically. You'll have to manually instigate it. It's also worth pointing out that it isn't actually a transfer in the sense of removing your save profile from consoles and putting it on PCs. Instead, it is a direct copy. What this means is that you'll end up with a copy of your save profile on PC and a copy also that will continue to run on consoles. That said, not everything on your console will be able to transfer over to PC, so on screen right now you can see a list of the things that will be able to transfer over. These are the ships, your Hollow Me, weapons, SRVs and ship-launched fighters. This also includes the Cobra Mark IV, if you actually have that. In terms of core progression that will transfer over, this will include everything in your inventory, reputation, Navy ranks, permits, codex discoveries, engineering progress, Guardian attack broker progress, NPC crew progress, as well as cosmetics. Now there is a little asterisk here. Cosmetic items applied through the livery, ships and fleet carriers, and Hollow Me will remain applied. Unfortunately, there's a few things that won't transfer over. This includes commander name. This will need to be unique. Arcs balance, squadron membership, friends lists, block lists and private groups, current mission progress, NPC crew names and appearances. Now, Arcs balance is certainly going to be a sticking point for some people. Frontier recommend the way around this is to spend your Arc balance before you actually initiate the transfer save. This will allow you to purchase certain cosmetics or whatever else you want to purchase, which will then transfer over to the PC. You'll then have a copy of that cosmetic on PC as well as on console, so basically getting doubled for your purchase. Now, Frontier didn't go into detail on why Arcs balance won't transfer over, but speculating here it seems pretty obvious. The Arcs balance are tied to the PlayStation stores as well as the Microsoft stores, so transferring that over probably has some legal repercussions. Hence, they're unwilling or unable to do that. Again, that's just speculation on my part, but it seems very, very plausible. Another thing that won't be able to transfer over is fleet carriers as well as the fleet carrier content. The way around this will be to decommission your carrier ahead of the transfer, wait for the 2-week decommissioning period, at which point you'll get all your credits refunded, or the vast majority of your credits refunded for that fleet carrier. These credits will then transfer over to your copy of the PC save, at which point you'll be able to repurchase a carrier. There's no date just yet on when the ability to transfer or copy your save from console to PC will occur, but Frontier have said they will let everyone know as soon as that date becomes available. Also worth keeping in mind that this is a one-time process. You'll only be able to do it once per copy of the game. Moving on to other parts of Frontier's announcement, they get to their roadmap for 2022. They say they have 3 focuses for this year. These are narrative, stability and optimization. These will come in 3 separate updates, updates 12, 13 as well as 14. Now updates 12 and 13 they say will largely focus on quality of life changes, as well as those optimizations and stability improvements. These have been ongoing since the release of Odyssey, and yes, quite a few more are still needed, so hopefully Frontier make good use of this particular time and those 2 updates. Update 14 will be a bit more of what could be considered a content update. The way Update 14 is described then is the next major narrative phase. Now, in a totally understandable move, Frontier are unwilling to detail what this major narrative phase will actually include. After all, narrative being story, they don't want to spoil it. What they did say during their live stream though, is that it's going to include something that has never been before attempted in Elite Dangerous, so take that as you will. And finally, they move on to 2023. Here, they will overhaul a key feature of Elite Dangerous, so what that key feature will be, and they don't say key features, they say key feature, so singular rather than plural, but whatever that may be is as yet completely unannounced. A lot of people are speculating, of course. No idea myself, so do let me know in the comment section below what you think it might be, or what you'd like to see Frontier overhaul. So then, that includes everything that Frontier have announced. They also went on to touch on development updates and live streams. Now, after the launch of Odyssey in 2021, Frontier started publishing monthly development updates. These also included issue reports, basically letting players know the progress of the game, what the developers were working on, as well as any outstanding bugs and issues and whether or not those were going to be fixed and what progress was being made on them. Now, all of this is going to come to a stop. It has come to a stop. It came to a stop at the end of last year, but Frontier have no plans to actually resume this. They do, of course, say they will continue to release patch notes, information and other relevant details around updates and hotfixes. But that is to be entirely expected. A patch without patch notes wouldn't be of much use after all. Now, as for their weekly live streams, these are going to move to fortnightly. Now, Frontier didn't exactly detail what they're going to be doing during these live streams, but it's likely to be more of the same of what they've done in the past, but also they'd like to invite on developers and talk about what goes on behind the scenes of the game itself, as well as just interesting facts and tidbits about the game's design. So it seems that Frontier definitely want to make their live streams more engaging. So the takeaway points from this is that live streams are going to continue, albeit on a fortnightly basis, but the development updates themselves are going to come to a stop. So basically Frontier is setting expectations here. Expect them to interact with the community during live streams, but don't expect regular ongoing development updates. Far from the ideal situation in my personal opinion, but at least we all know where we stand right now, so kudos to Frontier for clarifying that. Also, Frontier very specifically said that Elite Dangerous is not dead, it's not dying, it's not going anywhere. Those were their exact words, Elite Dangerous is not dead. So, well, I guess it means I simply wasted my time building this thumbnail earlier today. There you go. At any rate, as always, thanks for watching. And I'll catch you guys and girls next time.